With the year 2025 coming to a close, it's time to reflect back and see what my favorite action figures have been. I do want to preface a bit by saying that some financial changes I've had this year led to me to cut back on a lot of my collecting habits. So if you don't see your favorites on my list, there's a good chance that I just didn't get it myself. Feel free to tell me your favorites that I'm missing out on in the comments. With that said though, my list will include figures from Hasbro, Mattel, McFarlane Toys, and NECA featuring characters from DC, Marvel, Mortal Kombat, WWE, and more. Now let's get to it. I'm kind of cheating a bit with number 10 because technically it's a reissue rather than a brand new release. But hey, I grabbed it off the pegs in Walmart just this month, so I'm counting it. This is the NECA Ultimate 40th Anniversary edition of Ash from the original Evil Dead film. I've never owned any of the previous Evil Dead releases, so this seemed like a good place to start. You can't go wrong with Bruce Campbell in your collection. Coming in at number 9, I have the Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition CM Punk. While there's been a few previous Ultimate Edition releases for Punk since his recent return to WWE, this has been the widest available release, being part of the main line rather than any type of store exclusive. It's a great figure nonetheless and a solid representation of his current look. Now we just need a modern AJ Lee Ultimate to go in alongside him. Coming in at number 8, I have the McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat Classic Katana. This line is a bit of an oddity because while it's intended to be based on the characters' appearances in the original arcade games, they seem to be more directly based on the MK11 versions of those classic costumes. But they're not quite 100% accurate to either version. Still though, I hope to use this line to fill in the gaps left behind by Storm. Now moving on to number 7. I have my one and only Hasbro figure that's on the list. The Marvel Legends Electro, based on his appearance in Spider-Man No Way Home. It's honestly weird to me that this figure came out so much later than the film itself. While I do understand delaying toys that might be spoiler territory like this would have been, it still seems like it should have come out alongside the previous figures. Moving on to number 6, I'm headed back to NECA for another Ultimate Collection figure. This time it is the highly sought after Art the Clown from the Terrifier series. There's also a Walmart exclusive Bloody Edition, but of course it's even harder to find than the normal release, with the rising popularity of the Terrifier films. Art the Clown fits right in amongst other horror icons such as Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Michael Myers. Back to WWE for number 5, I have the Ultimate Edition Bayley based on her more recent look. The last Bayley figure I owned was from her earlier post-hugger era, so it was great to finally get an updated version. All of the entrance gear accessories help make this one of the best Ultimate Edition figures of the year, and maybe even of all time. I knew this one would make my top 10 as soon as I added it to the collection. Coming in at number 4, I have the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Theatrical Edition Catwoman based on her appearance in Batman Returns. When people ask me why I've liked McFarlane so much in their time with the DC license, I'm going to point to this figure. In fact, I'm going to point to the entire shelf this figure is a part of. When I was a kid playing with the 90s Kenner movie toys. This is pretty close to how I imagined them in my head at the time. Taking spot number 3, I have the Ultimate Beetlejuice based on his appearance in the second film. If you saw my review for the detective figure, you'd likely remember that I mentioned this striped suit as being the appearance I really expected for the first figure. But come to find out, they were saving it to tie into the newer film. I might not like that NECA chose to take that particular path, but I can't say I blame them either. For the runner-up, I have the most electrifying man in all of entertainment. The Brahma Bull, the Great One, the People's Champion, the newest Mattel WWE Ultimate Edition of The Rock as the final boss. Being a lifelong wrestling fan myself, I thoroughly enjoyed the build-up to WrestleMania 40. And a big reason for that was The Rock's newest gimmick known as the Final Boss. It's easily my favorite version of his character. And of course, the only one that can beat the Final Boss is a Superman. Taking my number 1 spot in this top 10 for 2025 is the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Collector Edition, Superman based on the Christopher Reeve films. This was absolutely one of the most requested and highly sought after figures McFarlane has produced. and in my opinion, it was well worth the wait as well as the hunt to finally find one. So there you have it. My top 10 action figures for the year 2025. What do you think of my list? Is there anything you would take off? Or something you would definitely add on? Let me know in the comments. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome to Civilian Collectibles. Hi, my name is Seville, and here I like to discuss my passion for action figures, as well as other collectibles, mostly inspired by my favorite movies, TV shows, video games, and wrestling. My ever-expanding collection features superheroes, sci-fi icons, and more, spanning a wide range of IPs, while most of my collection is based on live-action performers. I do occasionally sprinkle in characters from my favorite DC comic stories. If you're enjoying what you see so far, be sure to do all the things and come back for more. Thanks for all your support so far. It's really what keeps this channel going. Now, for a quick note before we finish up, I utilize an AI voice clone to help me deliver a clear and consistent experience, because of the speaking challenges that I face in my day-to-day life. Don't worry though, this really is my voice that you're hearing. While I absolutely do enjoy sharing my collection and enthusiasm with you all, it became clear to me that recording the speech needed to continue producing videos required more energy and focus than I was able to maintain, especially after an exhausting day as a sales professional. Due to speech impediments such as stuttering and dyslexia, the final product of my earlier videos only came after dozens and dozens of retakes, along with hours and hours of editing. Now that I can rely on my AI voice clone to handle much of that responsibility, I am able to provide a steady supply of engaging content for you, my valued audience. With all of that said, the last thing I want to do is give a quick shout out to the awesome people who helped make this channel possible. My Lionhead logo was created by Brian Leblanc Fantasy Art, and all of the music you have heard in this video was created by RJ Hughes. Check out their socials in the description to find more of their work. And if you want to see more from me, click on the next video you see on the screen now. I'll see you over there.